Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, a bored explorer, and I'm out on another stroll, joined by the lovely Julia. Hello, Julia.
Hello, lovely Richard.
And, of course, lovely Joseph. Hello, Joseph.
Hello.
He's a little bit tired, he's just got out of the car and he was asleep. Anyway, today we are sort of on the downs, well, we are on the downs. Which way do you want to go, left or right?
Left.
Left, okay. So we're on the downs and we're in Stanmer Park. Stanmer Park is I don't know how old the house is, it's probably a Georgian house in Stanmer. We made a video there once, I'll leave the link. And that was a while ago, wasn't it?
That was quite some time ago, it's a couple of years now, isn't it?
And so we've not really been round the grounds, the upper grounds as it were. So we thought we'd just have a quick look in the upper grounds. Now, what I know about Stanmer Park can be written on the back of a pinhead or on the top of the pinhead, but we are going through some woods, so that's obviously a nice thing to do. But I do know that in the 18th century, I think it was the 18th century, when Stanmer House was built and the owners looked around at the landscape, they weren't terribly happy. Which way do you want to go, left or right? Oh, right. Down here, this looks fantastic. Because, as you know from some of the films that I've been doing fairly recently, the downs above Brighton in East Sussex are pretty denuded of trees.
That's right.
And we've done some walks around there, and I've done some walks around, and we were seeing how lacking of trees there were. Well, in the 18th century, trees were seen to be very positive things.
That's a really, really lovely tree. I'd like to go hug it. That arm out that way, look. Just the way it just stretches out with that one arm.
Yeah, very lovely tree. Julia's just having a quick connection with it.
This blue cross means... Hope it means leave me the hell alone.
So, yeah, just to finish this point, all these trees and these sort of walks and these rides that we have through the trees, has all been man-made because there were no trees. And as I was trying to say, in the 17th century, they felt that it was not a nice viewpoint, so they changed the viewpoint, and here it is now, as Stanmer Park is, which is a very unusual area on this part of the South Downs because of the trees.
Very lovely beech trees.
And some of these, I imagine, might go back to the original planting,
yeah.
Especially on a avenue such as this.
There is something very special about beech trees. They
very
are
majestic, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And their thin leaves, when the sun shines through them, it's such a vibrant, almost lime-coloured green.
Yes.
It's
especially in the spring.
Yeah, and they're an appealing shape as well, as they're all moving together. It's just lovely, appealing tactileness for the eyes.
Stopped actually in an area where there's some rather magnificent beech trees here, and these clearly must go back to when the park was created, and this avenue is so strongly defined. Little Joseph is having a little look at the beech trees. What do you think, Joseph? Yeah?
They're very nice, thank you, mister.
Are you enjoying them? Yes.
I think you are.
I think so. Who doesn't like a tree? There's another one over here. Just come up to it. They're so big and majestic, as I said before, for fear of repeating myself. And then here's one that's clearly seen better days. But let's have a little gander in if we can. There's a gate, Julia.
There is a gate, Richard.
There is a gate. There's a gate, Joseph.
There is a gate.
There's a gate. Now, gates and buggies. Actually, this is quite a big gate, isn't it? So let me see if I can open the gate for you.
Should be able to get it through here.
And while I'm filming, of course, you're doing all the manoeuvring. I'm using my feet, ladies and gentlemen. And there she goes. Oh, she's opened the gate for me. I'm much obliged. And we're coming out into a very lovely field here. I'll just go ahead. How about this? Now, I'm not quite sure where you can go because there's no sort of directions, but down that way? Which way?
It looks like down that way. It looks like there's a path people have been walking, but then again, it looks also like that way.
Should we go up that way because it's hard work? But it's we've got to climb the hill anyway to get to the car, haven't we? In the middle of this field is this little wildlife haven which has been left clearly for insects, invertebrates and butterflies and perhaps birds, and it's just rather nice to see. Whoops, just walking around. It's been freshly cut, the ground here, presumably for silage or something, and there's a whole load of butterflies, so difficult to film on a small camera. There's one down here. Oh no, he's gone. And then just sort of circumnavigating around all these different grasses and things. And as you know, if you've been watching my recent videos, I'm particularly interested at the moment on these little oases and areas that's open for the wildlife and wild plants and stuff. Although these grasses, I think these are not particularly exotic grasses, but it's nice to see some sort of area for something here for the wildlife. This is the top of the hill which we have climbed. That was quite hard work. Now we've just come up here to have a glass of water. That was a bit tricky, wasn't it?
That was a little bit treacherous. I think treacherous is the wrong word, but you know, being a little bit melodramatic.
Yes, certainly used up lots of energy getting up that hill.
You sure did.
With one of these buggies.
As great as the buggy is, it still takes some effort to get it up there.
Yeah. Oh, you know, the sun's just come out now. It's on and out.
Beating down.
I said on and out. It's in and out. It's in and out, and it makes a huge difference when it comes out. It's warm.
It does.
Especially after climbing the big hill that we climbed. Anyway, we've come out of the woods at the back. I just wanted to come to the south side of this hill that we've been scouring around in.
Clambering along.
Yes, just to see a little bit of Brighton. So are you all right pushing for a bit more? We'll just nip down this end. And there in front of us, you've got the conurbation that is Brighton. And you also have the sea in the far distance. I don't know how much of that you'll see. Oh, and a road. I think that's the road that we came up. That must go to the slip road. So I'm presuming that at the bottom of that's the A27. Oh yes, there it is in the distance, look. With another view of the South Downs, ranging to the north on the right hand of your screen, where we have been. And if you look in the very far distance, you'll see the chat tree that I went to.
Oh yes.
All on its own. And of course it's interesting looking at this a lot of that's intensively farmed. That's been very much on my mind recently.
It hasn't, has it?
It has, yes. The farming on the South Downs. 100 years ago, you could walk on the South Downs anywhere. You were not prevented.
Impeded.
Not impeded from any of. You could walk. The farmers grazed their sheep, but they had no reason to keep people off. Mainly because not many people went. And
Well, there wasn't far fewer people around then.
But people, you weren't really disturbing the sheep. Whereas as soon as you put crops in, of course, the farmers don't want people trampling down their crops.
Which is understandable.
But of course that means you can't just wander anywhere and you have to stick to the footpaths. And it's nice to come up here with all the wavy grass around us.
Do you know what I found quite interesting as well? As we came down this hill and past the edge of the trees and the plantage, where we could hear the wind more and the road more, but the insects, they seemed to get louder too.
They're having to compete.
I guess so.
Yes. Insects, could you do a little orchestration of leg clicking? Maybe not.
It's just coming out as a high-pitched buzz.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up if you have.
I have.
Oh, good. It's been nice to get out and see some trees on the downs on this side.
And hug some.
And little Joseph, did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did, thanks, sir.
Marvellous. He's just sticking his tongue out at the audience there, but children do that. Please don't be offended. Anyway, from the lovely Julia and I, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on another one sometime soon. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.